let's talk about something that feels like it should be locked away for professionals only: graphic design. For years, if you wanted something to look good, you either had to master some super complex software or pay someone who had. But that's just not the case anymore. One tool has totally changed the game, and we're going to dive deep into it today. We're talking, of course, about Canva. You've probably felt this, right? That feeling that creating something truly professional is just out of reach. It's this high wall that's kept so many amazing ideas from ever seeing the light of day. But what if that wall just wasn't there anymore? And that's exactly where Canva steps in. It's this incredibly smart, super intuitive design tool that's built for everybody. Seriously, whether you're dreaming up a YouTube thumbnail or a full-blown ad campaign, Canva puts all that design power right into your hands. So let's see how it works. Okay, here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to look under the hood and see what makes this tool such a powerhouse. Then, the fun part, we're getting our hands dirty. We're going to build a logo from scratch, design a YouTube thumbnail that actually gets people to click, and then put it all together to build a pro-level ad banner. And finally, we'll talk about what comes next for you. So before we jump into making stuff, let's just take a second to appreciate what we're working with here. Because honestly, understanding the sheer scale of the resources Canva gives you is the real key to unlocking what you can do with it. So check out this number. If you have a pro plan, you get access to over 141 times million premium photos, videos, graphics, you name it. What this really means is you never, ever have to start from a completely blank canvas. You have this massive, world-class library just waiting for you. It's an incredible time and money saver. All right, time for our first project. Let's get to it. We're going to create a logo for a made-up cricket team. We'll call them the Alpha Lion Warriors. This is the perfect way to get a feel for the fundamental building blocks of how design works inside Canva. So building a logo like this, it's really just a simple layering process. It's way easier than it looks. We'll start with a basic shape, a shield from the Elements tab. Then we'll search for a cool lion icon to put right on top. But the real magic, the thing that makes it look polished, comes in that last step where we use a simple effect. So the secret sauce here is the outline effect. It's so simple. You just click on the lion, go to Edit Image, and add a white outline. Instantly, the whole graphic just pops right off the shield. It's literally one click, but it adds this professional depth that makes the whole thing look legit. Now, this right here is a perfect example of a pro feature that is an absolute game changer: transparent backgrounds. When you go to download your logo, you can check this little box and look at the difference. The JPG on the left is trapped in that white box, which looks terrible on anything that isn't white. But the transparent PNG on the right, it's free. You can drop it on a website, a t-shirt, anything, and it just works. It's a huge deal. Okay, you ready to level up? Let's take those skills and tackle our next project. We're moving from a simple logo to a full-on dynamic YouTube thumbnail. And with a thumbnail, the goal isn't just to look pretty, it's to make someone stop scrolling and click. So what's the recipe for a great thumbnail? Well, there are a few key ingredients. You need a background that really grabs your attention, text that's big and easy to read even on a phone, and a super clear subject. But the secret that ties it all together is layering. And speaking of making your subject clear, this brings us to another one of my favorite pro tools, the background remover. It's kind of like magic. You upload any photo, you click one button, and boom, Canvas AI just erases the background, leaving your subject perfectly cut out. It's the fastest way to make the hero of your photo, well, the hero. So how do we get that cool glow effect that looks like it's behind the person? That's all about layers. Think of it like stacking pieces of paper. You just add a glow element from the library, and then you use the position tool to send it backward, pushing it behind your main subject. This simple trick creates an incredible sense of depth and makes your whole design look so much more professional. All right, for our grand finale, we're going to combine everything we've just learned to build a professional ad banner for a burger joint. This is where we'll bring all the pieces together: shapes, photos, text effects, layering, to create something that looks like it came from a real ad agency. Now, take a look at the word burger. That's not just colored text. We're using a really cool technique here called text frames. It's kind of like a cookie cutter for images. You just spell out your word using these special letter frames, and then you can drag any photo or graphic, in this case, some fire, right into them. The letters instantly get filled with that image. It's an awesome effect. So here's the play-by-play. We start with a fantastic, juicy photo of a burger. That's our star. Then we create our fiery text using those frames. Next, we use that same layering trick from the thumbnail to slide another fire graphic behind the burger to add even more depth. And finally, you have to add the most important part of any ad, the call to action, that Order Now button. And there it is, a sizzling, professional, and really effective ad banner. And we built it just by combining a few powerful but pretty simple techniques. This is the kind of stuff you see out in the wild, and it's totally something you can create yourself. So let's just take a breath for a second. We went from a basic logo to a clickable thumbnail to a complex ad banner in just a few minutes. We've seen firsthand how a few core skills can be mixed and matched to create, well, pretty much anything you can think of. Let's just do a quick recap. We didn't just make things, we mastered skills. We built a logo, and in the process, we learned about elements, effects, and the power of transparent PNGs. We made a thumbnail, and that taught us about layering, composition, and the magic of background removal. And with the ad banner, we leveled up to advanced tools like text frames. These are the real foundations of great design. And the best part is, these skills you've seen today, they apply to everything else. You want to make an infographic, a social media post, a business card, a presentation? It's all the same tool set. The possibilities are truly endless. The canvas is all yours now. So now you have the building blocks. You've seen how easy it is to take simple elements and combine them with powerful tools to make something that looks incredible. The only real question left is, what are you going to create? What amazing idea are you going to bring to life first?